Welcome, everybody, to episode 28 of the Unwrapped Leader, where we get raw, real, and relevant into the new network marketing so you can become a gifted leader in your business. Oh my goodness, I wanted to just quickly share that we just finished our MVP social media program. It was a 4-week course, and we had some fantastic students in there that achieved, I guess, what we call as becoming our newest MVPs. It was awesome to be able to do. It was great to see the growth in their personal branding and their social media structure and strategy. And we've had so much fun. And we just want you to know, if there's people out there that are planning on leveling up into 2023, that you'll still be able to access our training and support. Again, go to our bio on Instagram, direct message us, or even go and check us out on the website. It's going to be available there, and we're here to help support you. Now, we got 2 weeks left in 2022. Can you actually believe that? We even did an episode last week, if you hadn't tuned in, or maybe you have, about setting yourself up for 2023. And so I just wanted to say this week's episode is actually going to be around a blog I did almost over 4 years ago in 2018 about 3 powerful words to move you into the new year. And those 3 powerful words are brand new direction. Okay, who here feels like they want to have a brand new direction? And looking at how you can be of service and how you can literally unwrap these words. So as I said, 4 years ago, I manifested this. And it's so amazing to see how we have been able to unwrap now, Teisha and I, how we've taken brand into branding, new as into new business. We've created new business, but new business and creating new customers, new moving forward, as well as direction on where are you going and how are you going to get there. So stick with us as we unwrap brand new direction for you moving into 2023. Teisha, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Dracy, for the awesome intro. And I just want to say hi to everyone watching live. Make sure you guys are commenting, letting us know that you're joining us here for this episode. And also, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, let us know in the comments there. So the first one we're going to get into in this episode, brand new direction, is the branding. And I feel like we've been talking about branding for some time now. We had our Unwrap Your Brand Masterclass. We just had our social media MVP program, as Dracy said, and really it all encompasses your brand and who you are as a person and how you're showing up authentically online. And so I want to talk about why personal branding is so important. And maybe you've heard us say these things before, maybe you haven't, and maybe there's something new here today that you'll learn. But why to scale up, especially coming into the new year in 2023, why having your brand and knowing what a brand is going to be important to you. So whether you like it or not, it's time to accept that if you're in the workforce in general, not just network marketing, anywhere out there, you and your name is a personal brand. It's how you set yourself apart from your competitors. It's how you create that connection. And really, it's just how you move up in the world. It's how you're setting yourself apart, how people are going to kind of identify you, I guess. And it's all about you and how you're showing up authentically online and offline. So the important message here is that you are the brand. It's not your company. It's not a logo. It's not anything else. It's you. And this is how you're going to build that like, know, and trust factor. People like you for you. People are going to get to know you because of your story, and people will learn to trust you the more that you share with them as well. And what's important is to realize the power that your story actually holds, because your story is what is yours. No one else can take that from you. And that's how you're going to set yourself apart. So some questions I just kind of put together to ask yourself when it comes to that story that you're looking to share and be proud out loud about. I want you to ask yourself, who are you? Who are you? What kind of titles do you hold? You might hold a million different titles. Who are you? What have you accomplished in life? What are you most proud of? Write that down. And where are you going? Where do you see yourself 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now? When maybe it's even just a month away. You're thinking short-term, long-term. I want to know those short and long-term goals. Tell me where you're going. And a very important one is, what hardships have you overcome? What have you been able to overcome that's going to speak to people? What are people going to relate to about you? Whether you know it or not, some of the things that maybe happen to you, you think things in life happen to you, they actually happen for you. And they happen for you so that you can, develop this story that you could share with other people, that you're going to inspire and you're going to empower. And so sometimes I think little things that, maybe are hard in life, I don't know, sometimes we get embarrassed about them or we're not proud of them, but remember that this is a start to a new beginning. It's a start to a new beginning that you get to call your own. So another question I had was, who do you actually look up to, right? How did you overcome that hardship? Where did you learn how to do that from? And who are you looking up to in life? So I'm going to actually read you guys something that I wrote down. And it's sort of based around these questions, but it's just a part of my story. And you kind of get a snippet of who I am, what I've had to overcome, where I'm going. And all of this is what encompasses my brand and who I am as a person. So I'm going to read it to you. I wrote, my name is Teisha. I'm a Gen Z borderline millennial with a passion for helping business builders increase their confidence and income online through social media. I said fuck it to the cookie cutter lifestyle and pursued my passions in life because I knew that my mental health and my happiness was everything to me. The whole job thing was a bit of a struggle for me at the beginning, and I knew I was meant to do something much bigger. I got a degree in psychology, a degree in education, and now I can officially say that I've completed my 5-year degree as an entrepreneur in the network marketing industry. And that's the one I'm most proud of because I know that's exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I'm going places. I'm coaching top of the line leaders to success. I'm helping others discover their passions, and I'm putting that into a vision for them to follow. I look up to everyone who shows up authentically, cuts the bullshit, and that's who I am. And that's my story. And that's how I show up authentically online. So that's just a little story I wrote based on answering those questions. So see how powerful that can be when you can answer those questions and you could develop your own authentic story that you could share with the world. Like, we're going to get into vision later, and I'm excited to share a few things about vision and how a lot of the things I envisioned really have been able to come to life. But that's just a snippet of me. And so from that, one thing that I remembered, it was 2 years back, and I actually put it on my vision board. And okay, I'm kind of getting into the next topic a bit, but it was about giving brand audits. I love like dissecting people's brands and getting out what their message is to the world and helping them discover what they're truly passionate about and what they love. And so what a brand audit is, if you've never heard of that before, some people call it different things, but it's essentially a deep dive into your current and social media account or brand on Instagram. That's what I specifically do. And I provide you with clarity, comprehensive feedback, specific examples on your current media out there. And this is something that I've been dreaming about, thinking about, and just, I think, manifesting for so many years. And I'm so excited that, I'm actually able to offer this now. And we've been able to offer it to the people in our social media MVP program in that pink ribbon package. And then on top of that, that's why we created this Unwrap Your Brand Masterclass. We wanted to, test out these methods that we were practicing, that we were preaching. And we got amazing feedback from it. And so from this masterclass, it helped people discover who they were at the core, what their mission and vision really was. And right now you could actually go on our Linktree/the Unwrapped Leader. You could actually get that masterclass and work guide for free just by putting in your email, and it'll get sent to you in an email when you put that in. So right now, like, we just have a mission that we want to help people discover what that is. So that's why going into 2023, branding is just so important. So that's what I have to say about that one.
Teisha, you were very inspiring watching that and listening to that, and just knowing the background work you have that we put together, putting our podcast together, and seeing how you go from struggle to shine is absolutely inspiring. So I just want to say I'm super proud of what you just pulled off on that branding section. I think what's amazing is you're welcome. And I want to just kind of build on that, because you've really helped me unwrap my brand. And I've been into branding for quite some time, or passionate about branding for quite some time. I even had the opportunity to work for a year and as a brand broker and help businesses Botox their business and give them businesses a lift and those sort of things. And I think there's people right now that are listening and watching this that probably are already online or doing social media and stuff like that. But again, it's sometimes getting relevant and real to the new now. And that's why it's always thinking of what can I do to kind of fix and adjust and tweak and move forward. And that's why this brand new direction is so powerful. I also shared something in our masterclass, our MVP program, that I really want to bring to light here, because I think it's really important. A brand is all about the people, not the products. And people seeking people are actually seeking meaning and belonging. In all my years of experience, I've actually listened to people through, our interviews I've done, my coaching calls, just training and events. I've done all things on how to sell and, what you need to do and what you need to learn. But really, unless people get to like, know, and trust you, they are not going to buy from you. So unless you create a space for community, leadership, and growth, you will not build a team or grow an audience in any sort, especially with the new network marketing. Like Teisha said, she did not want the cookie cutter approach. But what we want is a cookie recipe. Yes, there's some ingredients that we need to make that cookie great, but then you get to put in all those extra ingredients to make it extra flavorful and unique to you. But really, it's time to disrupt and innovate. It's time for your imagination, intuition, and creative thinking to take a bigger place in this space of online. So now more than ever, I would say it is important for you to be unique, your unique self. Stop the restrictions that you put on yourselves, what people think about you, the programming, the cognitive dissonance, the indoctrination that is going on right now in the world that we can see everywhere we look. If we do not do this, we will be replaced by robots. That's it. That's what they're saying. So we need to start acting like humans. And this is why being real in personal branding is so powerful. We just need to show up. We need to take the time to step up and learn to stand up and being our human self. So let's make our brands more human by sharing ourselves, our transformation, our passions, and how we live together collectively by rising and lifting one another. That's where personal branding makes a great start in this. You get to share your message and your mission through your vision, your values, and your voice. And as I share, there's 3 magic words that you will hear us say over and over and repetitively because they are magic in the sense that you need to focus on your intention, the impact you want to make, and the image that you're creating. And when I talk about image, I'm talking about the image that is attractive, that people want to be with you, around you, hear from you, and learn from you. So I hope this has inspired you a little bit because it certainly has made us extra passion. And we know that that's the way we're going to move forward if you want to move forward into the new business development, into the new business. Because those of you that are building a business, your business is either growing or it's going. There is no such thing as maintaining. And so unless you are bringing in new business, and that's what I'm talking about in network marketing, it's new business all the time and new leadership all the time. If you're not focused on those 2 things, you're going to be stagnant and you're going to be going the other way. So I have to say new is my favorite word. New to me is the focus of growth and business development. It is the water that grows the garden. Now, in saying that, finding new network marketing groups to be a part of or support, or online groups or communities, I highly recommend. If you want to get inspired, go and get inspired by the new business, like the new other people are doing what you want to be doing. So I'm just got somebody here. I'm just going to do a big wave. I just said my mom just passed by and they're banging at the window, interrupting. So of course I had to wave. So there you go. Thanks, Mom. I love you too. But what I really want to talk about in new business is the essence of your business. And when I talk about the essence, I talk about what the environment is, what the experience is, and what the energy is that your customers or your people or your community are going to experience. If you take time and attention on those 3 words, environment, experience, and energy, and really craft and create something that your customers are going to love so much that they are going to recommend you. And when you get your customers recommending you, oh my God, that is the easiest new business you can find. So I just want to kind of level this up, because as you bring this up, you're going to level yourself up on social media, your personal branding, creating community, a focus on lifting people up into leadership or whatever lifting up people is for you. That's so much why we created the social media MVP program, was to help people feel leveled up, more confident and more professional online. So that leads us into having direction. And people want to follow people with direction, and having direction is having a solid vision. So Teisha, you already started tapping into vision. So come on, let's unwrap this to our audience, what we got to say and share and where we're going with this.
Absolutely. Everybody needs a direction in their business. And Dracy, you stole my opening line. I was going to say your business is going in one of two directions. It's either going or it's growing or it's going. And that's exactly what I was going to say too. There's no such thing as maintaining. And you know what? People follow other people with a vision, people with a direction. People want to know where you're going. And so you want to shout that out from the rooftops. Okay. So you want to have a very defined strategy in place for your business to actually grow. And the first step into that is developing a clear vision in your business. And you could start with those questions that I gave you guys in the branding segment, is really figuring out who you are as a person, what you've overcome, what you want to do. That's your first step to developing that vision, because your story and what's unique to you is what's going to help you realize where you're at and where you want to move forward. And so people are attracted to other visionaries. And so if you could be a visionary and you could share the direction that you're going in and what you want to actually accomplish, then that's when the magic happens, is when you could actually share that out loud. It's one thing to know it, it's another one to share it. So I just want to share with you guys really quickly, just an example of what I've done on my vision boards in the past years. So when I would set my vision board, I actually have this metal frame, I guess you could say, on my wall in my office. And I put little clothespins and I print out pictures and I basically put little clothespins all over it. And what I would always set for myself, specific to my network marketing business, was, of course, my yearly sales goal. I'd put my yearly recruiting goal. I would put a team goal, how many new members I want to see and what we want to do for team volume, all that kind of stuff. And even incentive trip goals. And that's actually the first one I want to talk about, because those incentive trips, if you're in network marketing and you have an incentive trip to work towards, those are doable. I remember my first year in network marketing when I was hustling and I loved what I did, but I never really thought that an incentive trip was something that you could go on being in your first year in business, even your second year. I thought these are people who have been here for like years. There are people who are working so hard that they don't have time for anything else. They don't have flexibility. Like, that was my thoughts on it. And so it wasn't until someone higher up in the company approached me and said, Teisha, do you realize how close you are to achieving this trip? And I was like, really? Like, I wasn't really even going for it. But as soon as I found out, I put that on my vision board. It was at the time, where was it? Punta Cana. And I put a picture of Punta Cana on my vision board. And I'm like, I'm going to go to Punta Cana. And I'm like, at the time, like I said, it seemed so unrealistic, but I put it on there and I worked for it. And I remember achieving my first incentive trip in the company to Punta Cana. And it was a trip of a lifetime. I got to bring my husband, Ryan, on it. And that's also when your partners or people that you bring on these trips go and they finally, I think it clicks. They're like, oh, wow, like this is amazing. Like, she's been able to achieve this and earn this. And Ryan's always been so supportive to me. So I've been so grateful and thankful for that. But I know that trip, he was like, yeah, keep doing what you're doing after that trip, because that was great. And so that was one thing that I put on my vision board, and it was like, boom, it became real. And it wasn't just the trip. It was the trip for two. It was the VIP trip. I got to take Ryan. We got to go on this cool excursion. We did a helicopter ride, which, you know what? I am terrified of heights and like planes and helicopters. But at that time, I didn't give a crap. I was like, I earned this trip. I'm taking every opportunity that comes my way. I don't care if I'm scared. I'm doing it. And so that was a trip of a lifetime. And so now I make it that goal. I put that trip on my incentive or on my vision board, and I make sure that I earn those every year. Another one I put on there was one of my dream cars. And at the time, I wanted a Mazda CX-5. And I knew I wanted an SUV, and I just loved the look of them. And 2 years later, I did not get a Mazda CX-5, but I got a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Ryan kind of reeled me into that one because he's a big Jeep guy. So I love it. I absolutely love it. And I was able to buy my dream car, from working my network marketing business. And so that was one of my goals that I had on my vision board. Another one was, I remember putting down, this was even before the Unwrapped Leader was a thing. This was before me and Dracy talked about the Unwrapped Leader. I remember putting down that I want to do something more and I wanted to get into coaching. I actually wrote down that I want to offer brand audits and courses. And like I said, that was far before that, but I just thought, oh, wow, that would be so cool to have my own thing. And so that was on there for some time. And I didn't necessarily actively work towards it because I think I didn't know those next steps, but I know that it was there for a reason. And now look today, we have finished and completed our first course. We have offered the one-on-one mentorship options, and in the new year, we will have individual one-on-one mentorship options available. Brand auditing, I talked about that a bit earlier. That was offered in our social media MVP program that we did with our pink ribbon packages. And we are going to be offering them separately as well in the new year, and so much more. So it just goes to show that putting them on there, maybe at the moment you're thinking, I don't know if that's in my reach right now, but if it's on there for a reason. It's a part of your vision and it's going to come true in one way or another. So just keep it on there and, keep your head high and just, have that vision and know where you're going, and don't be scared to shout it from the rooftops. So, with that being said, if you are struggling with your direction, then maybe it is time for a change. And so I'm excited to announce that at the end of the month, we are going to be offering a free vision board mini workshop. And I'm going to let Dracy spill all the details to you that we can right now. So that is so exciting. Dracy, take it away.
Wow. Well, honey, thank you for sharing your vision board and nailing that segment of our podcast. And I have to say, the other thing that's building on this is we're kicking off 2023 with our first paid conference from the GSA. And so we're super excited to start the year off doing a convention with network marketers, direct sellers. People are really pumped up about their business. And so we're kicking off our year with our dreams and goals, which is really awesome. And I wanted to say, I remember I've obviously done a few vision boards in my 30 years. And the times in my career where I feel that I didn't have the growth, or I was stagnant, or didn't have that kind of growth, were the years that I actually did not take the time and attention and intention to create one. Isn't that powerful? So this is why I am a strong believer of making sure you have a vision board. And so we really wanted to put something together that was, we know that you can have a lot of fun cutting papers and putting a lot of time, finding all the right, things to make a really big, big board. But we thought, what can we do to just get people started and just focused on 2023 as we get them set up so they can do something really big. And so we thought, let's do this mini workshop. And I really want, our goal to doing this is to get you into the right state, get you crafting the right story, and giving you a strategy. So we decided to go next level. We want to help you create a fierce vision board in this mini workshop for 2023. So we are coming together with 4 simple steps. It's going to take less than an hour, and it's going to motivate and inspire you to start your year off fierce on the things that are most important to accomplish in 2023. We're going to talk about what is actually a vision board, why it's so important, some key factors in making it successful. And what you'll receive is some worksheets, some templates, and we will do a 1-hour workshop tutorial on how you're going to make it work. So let's get started. Let's craft that vision for 2023. Let's get some clarity. We're going to get you to set the dates aside. It's the 28th of December. Yes, the 28th of December in the Northern Hemisphere. It'll be the 29th. We'll get more details and times to you. All you have to do is put vision in the comments. And I believe, Teisha, you're going to tell them more on how they can get the message to us and how we're going to get our information to them a little bit more about this fierce vision board mini workshop.
Yes, I'm so excited for it. This is, I've led workshops with my team before, but like you said, there's so many workshops out there and it's always kind of the same thing. So I think this new outlook on it and the approach that we're taking is going to be really fun and different for something that you've never seen before in a vision board workshop. So as Dracy was saying, guys, if you are watching live right now or on YouTube, put in the comments the word vision, and that will ensure that you are one of the first on the wait list for the details to come on our workshop. Okay. And if you're listening on just on the podcasting apps right now, obviously there's no comments, send us a DM on Instagram and just DM us the word vision, and we'll make sure to get you that wait list as well for the mini vision board workshop, so you guys can find out all the details on that. So with that being said, guys, that is episode 28. We want to thank you all for tuning in, whether you're here live on the replay or however you guys are watching. We're so excited to see what 2023 brings for us. And next week's episode is actually going to be a bit more detailed into vision boards. So it's gonna be a great rest of the year. I hope you guys soak it all in. We hope you guys have tons of great family time over the holidays with family and friends. And last but not least, make sure you guys like the video, comment your biggest takeaway, share with your teams if you feel this would be useful to them. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and tap the bell so you guys never miss out on an episode. So take care, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.